fire, dude. And like, and speaking of, like, I love how you maintain that tradition of rhyme form in your poetry, because like these days, like rhyming isn't that popular in spoken word, specifically in the slam scene, because like in the early 2000s when like hip hop was like on the rise and all that, like we saw like a lot of heavy rhymers in the scene, like getting winning national slams with rhymes. Because oftentimes, like in slam, I think that's why there was a style shift, because a lot of people are trying to do like these multi-syllabic stacks, but then you're burning all this time on style, and you're not getting
getting extra hits
to the stuff. You're not getting
hits.
You're not getting directly to the punch, and you only have 3 minutes in competition. So I think that's why there was like a little style shift. That's my hypothesis. But not only do you
Professor Kuya.
Not only do you keep that tradition of rhyme, but like not a single word wasted. Like every word that you say is like means something. You're not trying to set up the next rhyme, or you're not like just rhyming for the sake of finishing the previous couplet. Like, can you tell us like how did you get to your current style of poetry and writing?
Well, then let me go to the most recent experience, right? My friend and colleague, Roger G. Smith, who has his solo show on Netflix called Rodney King. Rodney King, check it out, man. I mean,
on that link over there.
Yeah, and he has a piece where, using a lyrical style, he tells a perspective of the events that occurred through Rodney King's eyes. And this man is brilliant, man. This man is an OG in the solo performance game. I was blessed to meet him a few years ago, and I sat down with him, before I went on tour. And I asked him, I was like, how can I improve? What do I need to do to get better? And he looked at me and he said, earn your syllables, young man.
Hey.
Earn your syllables, because what's the point of me having a bunch of words if I'm throwing half of them away? You know what I mean? What's the point of it being like, it sounds nice, right? But it ain't. Where's the message? Where's the content? And at the end of the day, like another big homie just told me recently too, is like, you have to make it about the story. It's the story, it's the narrative that you're weaving, it's what you're having your audience connect to. And then going back to the very beginning, it's like I learned how to format and do what I do by studying Shakespeare.
Word, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Willie Shakes, yo.
Willie Shakes.
Hey,
shout out Willie Shakes, guy.
Shout out to Willie Shakes, my man. Like, he taught me the emphasis of the story versus the rhyme, because the rhyme is important. The rhyme is a tool, but you don't build a house by making it about the hammer. You get what I'm saying? Because if all you do, you make it about the hammer, you forget about the saw, you forget about the wrench, you forget about the screwdriver, you forget about the nails and the wood. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one tool. And when I was younger, the emphasis was about rhyming, because I'm a lyricist. It was all about
and our generation of rap. It's like in the fresh
bars,
West Coast
bars.
Like West Coast style was so informative.
Chopping, dog. Yeah, in like early '90s, like we're gonna slam syllables on our shit.
Multi-syllable stacking. Like if you couldn't do a multi, fuck you.
Yeah, like real.
Exactly.
You don't even need to know what bus driver said in like '95. You just need to listen.
Right.
Dog. You just need to listen.
Wu-Tang is for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for real.
So those were my influences, and then my biggest lyrical influence was Pac.
Westside.
And the way that Pac structured and told stories. So all of that goes to say that everything is valid because it is my own, but I also have to be mindful that once I birth it, it's no longer mine. You know what I mean? And it belongs to the masses, and it belongs out there. And so all I can do is create a content, and then people will either feel it and they won't.
Yeah.